can't be here. But we're already heading right into the game. Cryo Station is loading up. So
and then we do have the Seth and the Aang coming out. The characters we expected to see from both sides. Eriodi going to be in that golden color. Then on the other side, Leescano.
So from the last event where Leescano showed up, he took it, the LCQ. It was a decisive victory, as well as the week before he had a massive showing against Piker in winners finals, almost taking the set against him. And Eriodi on the first
counter hit there. That's crazy.
Oh yeah, it lasts very much.
Yeah, I was surprised. Like, is it until you touch the ground, or is it just like a set time?
It's exactly like that, what you said. So once you're in the air and you're in critical, it stays there until you land at least once. As well as the air tag. If you're getting into the air tag and land on the ground, you can still be punished into the critical. So you gotta use it far off the ground. But looking at everything that's going on already, we have Eriodi in red. So Leescano building a minor lead already. It could finish the stock, the next interaction. Elixir, how do you feel about the Aang right now? Looking mighty clean with all the transforms, the switches, the totem game.
He has such a really good advantage state. Leescano does a great job of keeping you on your toes with frequent switches. He does slow down a little bit once he's playing on the back foot, so now it really does come down to Eriodi to try and dictate the pace a little bit, try and stop Leescano from building this lead. Because as you can see, he's starting off the downer, immediately getting the carry off the side. We're in green, we've lapped him now. But Eriodi finally going to get a little bit of a breakaway, but doesn't get the charged fair.
Yeah, that fair could have definitely taken the stock, but right now with Leescano just losing the totem might be his stock to be taken. But we see you have a full stock lead for Leescano built already. Burst is still on deck, he might be able to avoid the certain death, but just shields it and stays patient. And the totem back into play, but gets caught playing with the totem a bit too long, and 3 stocks apiece.
Lightning Uppercut, a great way to finish, just puts out that long-lasting multi-hit hitbox. Multi-hits sometimes don't trigger that soul point and finish it off, but make sure to connect the last one, was able to catch it. So now just has a lot of work to do to bring it back. We are tied up at stocks, nearly gets the tech chase, and instead going to be forced to burn burst after the jab punish nearly takes the stock.
So many just next level reads here, just predicting the ledge dash off the platform and trying to cover the air, but one step ahead, Leescano already predicting the prediction and punishes him. And Leescano just ever so slightly ahead throughout the whole set right now, keeps this tiny lead built.
Yeah, Eriodi's done a great job of stopping the bleeding from really coming ahead. They're playing pretty back and forth at the moment now. I think it was mostly that early interaction where Eriodi maybe coming in a little bit colder than Leescano, wasn't quite able to just match the tempo, gets the drag, doesn't get the second hit. But he's definitely playing. You can see that Eriodi is the one that's in control of the game now. He's just playing catch up.
The opening. I can't believe it. Leescano might be the one to take the stock right now.
So tragic. You can see those multi-hits there. The fact that multi-hits don't guarantee taking the soul point. Eriodi's lost so much HP.
One! You said it, and yet again. Alright, gets the final strong hit. The throw on soul percent will take it, but still almost a full stock once again. So much mileage for Leescano. And the totem took the stock. I cannot believe it.
Yeah, I think he tried to go for that lightning dash, but he does drag back a little bit. You used to see it so much in Smash 4 and Ultimate where you come out and you air dodge, it makes your hitbox a little bit bigger and you end up touching the blast zone. So unfortunate there for Eriodi, trying to recover, ends up giving himself a stock deficit. And now this is a comfortable lead for Leescano.
Oh, and we seeing the Aang, the totem shenanigans, charging with one, jumping to the other and getting the opening, but couldn't quite convert it. Now it's Erodi's time to shine, but as I speak, Commentator's Curse right on the reversal. This is gonna be a tough comeback, being in red already versus 2 stocks. What a drag down attempt there, but it's gonna be so tough to get that stock. If he doesn't get it right now, that lead might just not be able to come back on.
This one does look like it may be curtains. He's gonna have to play with just the absolute soul of a warrior now. Comes through with the down air, and he's gonna at least take us to final stocks. Eriodi going to quite literally play perfect here with the down air. Is gonna connect. The drill gonna take the first game. It's Leescano up 1-0.
It's gonna be tough being down the entire set. This was a clean performance by Leescano. We've seen it from the start. The first stock bringing him to red. Eriodi stopped the bleeding, but just couldn't get ahead. The one moment he was behind was basically curtains, and just ever so slightly consistent. Needed to make a big play happening, had the opportunity, but dropped the ball the moment it would have just reversaled it entirely.
Yeah, that was definitely, you hate to see it. Like, Seth has so many great multi-hits, great damage potential, but just when it came to closing it out, wasn't able to get, because I guess most of it, like, he's got so many multi-hits, he just wasn't able to get like that last killing hit or one single hit.
I
It was
can't
great
believe
stuff
you
from
mentioned
Leescano as well.
You mentioned it, and we saw it like 3 or 4 times in a row, and after all of these hits, just touched him on soul percent for 3%, for 2%. It just didn't matter, and all the mileage that Leescano took that stock, took it right back to game number 2 now.
Yeah, no, it hurt my soul every single time that we watched those multi-hits connect, but none of them kill. But he's going to have to shake it off. He is going to at least get to go for his counter pick. Obviously going to be playing from behind, but if he can take 2 in a row here, he'll go into game 3, which definitely is going to be important counter pick wise with a lead. So if he can bring it back and tie us up, that game 3 is going to be the most important one. Obviously he'll be coming in on Leescano's counter pick if he's able to make it happen, but definitely want to be taking game 3 on someone's counter pick than be playing the rest of the set on it. Platform Alpha going to be our choice. Now you're a Seth player obviously yourself. What's your thoughts on the Platform Alpha pick and how it's going to help him get back into the set?
Platform Alpha, very much equal footing for both characters, for both players. I don't think this is favored to anyone. Usually you see this as a starter, and it's my personal preference to start things off. How do you feel about this stage? As Zurong, I heard this might be another good stage to pick next to Sovereign and Combat Lab maybe.
I definitely like it. Obviously, her up tilt doesn't reach this platform, but she has such quick movement that if you're actually not committing to that option and know where they're going, you can tech chase a lot on the small platforms. They can't tech roll out of a lot of your stuff. And Eriodi immediately showing how just the small extra platforms you can see immediately getting like the landing cancelled there. Able to just convert into grounded hitboxes really, really well. And he's controlling the opening pace of this game, but gets chipped a little bit there by the tail end of Nair. Ends up getting the side switch, and now it takes center stage. Even game at yellow on both sides.
And it's very different from the pacing. We have these kind of got clipped by that teardrop as well, but it's such a different game now with no lead being built on the first stock. It's only the stock number 1, but any opening here could take it. And now the stage spike setting up for a big situation here. The ledge trap is kind of getting the opening, finding the tag chase, forcing the burst, and it's basically dead even.
Yeah, Eriodi's so smart that you can tell that he plays Ang there. He saw the totem get sent away, and then saw the first switch, was ready for the second switch. Leescano not able to take the first stop, but he's immediately able to even us up. Only down 5 points and counting now. Eriodi getting a couple of small hits, but a big lightning dive there. Picks up 106.
The EX down B, really hard to predict, really hard to react to. You see the startup frames, but you're never sure if it's going to be the normal one or the EX. And once the EX is out, it's already too late in your face, and everything able to follow up out of it.
So for people that are less familiar with Seth, obviously that fusion of Ashani and Weishan, who does have those EX moves, his green like dragon moves were turned into red ones when he went EX. For Seth, I believe it's yellow into purple for the EX ones, correct?
Yes, very much. As well as you get a battery every time you hit someone and rush out. If you use your rush cancel, your spark, you will get 1 charge of your battery and 3 of them make the EX moves. You can use it for every single special you persist, even the first and second hit of the side special.
Alright, once again, Eriodi this time, I say one of the things we've noticed the most, great jab out there.
What even happened there? The grab was just wiggled out, someone doesn't get the punish there. And now they're literally playing just Pong, just jabs back, the totem thrown at him.
Yeah, Eriodi's doing a great job here.
Red
for that red burst.
Oh, the teardrop as well.
Yeah, Eriodi's done a great job. He's in the first set we saw him lose like 50, 60 off of one air dodge getting caught as he landed, but this time we're actually seeing he's air tech twice and not gotten punished for it, so that's definitely changed the momentum. Nice little uppercut there to try and catch Leescano, but unfortunately caught in the end lag, gonna get punished.
Very much. That uppercut was a frame too early. He hit the totem and the totem got saved and sent up, and then the swap came after the hit. And then Eriodi just couldn't make anything happen afterwards, being stuck in that leg. And Leescano getting the stock evened out. But right now it looks like Leescano has something to say. Not quite out of it yet, but with that conversion here, the multi-hit again drops out. Leescano with an impeccable DI. DI's up and away for what it seems. But the getaway take to take the stock on Soul %. Now, a stock lead for Eriodi.
Yeah, nice there from Leescano, was able to catch the lightning dive. Honestly, it's been really good stuff. You can see that Eriodi is very familiar with the matchup, even though he wasn't able to take any extra percent and actually lost his stock by going for that uppercut. You can see that he had the cognizance to know when the switch was coming, was just, as you said, a little bit too early. We've lost the totem now, so Leescano going to have to play solo there. But the Flame Pillar is able to catch, forces the burst out. This second stock's been massive here for Leescano. Finally has the second totem coming back, and an immediate punish. It's going to be the back air.
The totem coming back, just setting up into the perfect finish of that stock, and now it's basically back to even, but the red burst on the get-up attack on shield stops the punish and gets one of his own, but doesn't make it count all the way. Still 50 HP in the lead, predicting the swap, but also dropping another conversion, but the spike here could lead into anything. And the EX upbeat takes it, zooms after the first one, sets up perfectly into the red, and Zoom can't escape that one, evening out 1-1.
Great adaptation there from Eriodi. Like we did say, it was a couple of big punishes in the first game that really cost him that game. This time he was able to close out a lot and really showing that he does have a massive understanding of how this matchup is supposed to be played. Going to be going 1-1. Would you say there's any particularly weak stages for Seth that we need to look out for, that we could expect Leescano to consider taking Eriodi to if they're not banned?
This is a good question, but right now as it stands, it seems like Eriodi and Seth in general doesn't really struggle on any stage against any specific matchup. It seems like Seth is just playing the game and everybody can just try something, but Seth must be happy with the stage. We've seen counter picks back and forth, just Malu Malu as a counter pick and Malu Malu as the pick from Eriodi as the Seth. So I don't expect anything specific, though we do have Forbidden Shrine, one of the more controversial stages, which changes up a lot with the platform height there.
Yeah, it'll be interesting to see how each side makes use of it. Obviously, there's two small platforms, does make it harder to tech out of things. You can get tech chased. Obviously, Seth does have those diagonal hitboxes, which makes it very easy for him to cover wide portions of those small platforms. But yeah, Forbidden Shrine, going to give him a slightly larger tech situation, so maybe might see some defensive changes on the side of Leescano. Obviously, he can angle that totem, so Eriodi still going to be in that same sort of situation where defensively he's not going to gain massive amounts from the platform. And if he is trying to come back to ledge aggressively, he's not going to have the option to go high immediately for that lightning rise, though.
Now that you mention it, the down B actually goes to the platform. This is one of the reasons why I personally like the stage a lot as Seth. So I don't know what Leescano was thinking exactly. Maybe we see it come into play, but right now, down B being out and the first openings for Eriodi's side. Oh, but what a catch here. Might already have something going that might finish the stock out, forcing the burst already. Spike as well.
It's an unfortunate burst though. I don't think Eriodi really needed to. I think he expected Leescano to commit slightly more, and instead now going to be finding himself without a resource, without a stock.
And no burst here. The stock is gone.
Well, as much as we question the stage pick, seems like maybe a comfort pick. Leescano immediately off to a great start, but Eriodi now waits for the resource. Isn't going to see a burst, but this time, critical punish, immediate lightning throw. Great stuff from Eriodi.
And Leescano didn't get his burst off in time. Might have thought that the eye would just save him from the hit, but nope. Big range across the up to the blossom there, all the way down below the ledge. Still catches it.
Right, just gonna throw Thunder in his face straight away. Gets the grab for the crossover. We got the Nair coming out. Great follow up on the EX uppercut.
Was in the burst and reset, but doesn't get the follow up and almost gets reversal. They're losing his own stock. Right now, though, it's evened up, but no burst on deck for Leescano. The next opening might be the finish.
Yeah, that's an air dodge, able to tech on the wall.
Yeah, that critical state there. Oh, did you see what Leescano just did there? Just turned around, predicting some movement, but no. Eriodi not biting.
Great use of his jab there. I thought the grab was going to be coming so we could at least see the back throw for positioning, but instead chooses to throw out a button, see if he could get more off of it, and so far now, immediate there on the roll-in punish.
What a clank, the max range clank, always looking really anime.
Yeah, look, he was charging something there, but instead, ooh, drop shield a little bit too early, maybe trying to go for the parry, gonna get punished.
Not much you can do there. No burst on deck, one opening, even the projectile, like the totem counts as one. Just hard to avoid it. Gets clipped once, and this might as well. Okay. Backs off, high recovery, already not falling for it again.
Yeah, unfortunate there, he was kind of late on the down air, so put himself into that ledge trump scenario. Now at least going to try and get something nice DI down there from Leescano. A call out there on the throw direction, but it's still going to get punished for a decent amount. Nice parry!
Oh, but no follow-up! What a dropped conversion. This conversion could have meant the difference between the lead and the deficit. Jabs out the totem.
I like what he's going for though. His use of teardrop has been really, really solid. Getting a couple of jabs out just to make sure that the totem doesn't really get to stay safe, making sure everything like costs him a little bit of spacing. Leescano, unfortunately, just like we said, sent off stage by Eriodi, so he wasn't able to get the perfect follow-up. But an easy punish there, overshoots the ledge. Leescano going to be leading 52 on his remaining stock.
But getting the opening already 25%, but we have a double hit with the down B. Did I just see it connect twice and the burst being baited, but doesn't quite finish off the stock there. And he's kind of respecting the drop.
Yeah, no battery here. Did commit both, and multi-hit there this time, going to cover the ledge. Great stuff from Eriodi. And now we're basically all tied up. He is at the tail end of green, so just one string will put us to equal.
That misinput though, costing one battery off the stage with a teardrop down to the blast zone. And another battery just wasted, respects too much, trying to catch some swaps and gets it, but somehow the swap back? No way! Okay, still stays alive for another interaction to happen and gets the opening. Let's see if we can make it count, but no, we reset to neutral and the totem toss. Setting up another opening.
The hurtbox manipulation there from Eriodi was actually just world class there. Like, he should have lost his stock in like every single interaction, but just able to just pull his body out of the way, and he's able to keep himself alive. Seems like he's trying to force Leescano into going for like Hail Mary switches and punish them. He does have stage control now, forced to send it out, tries to go for the teardrop to cover it. Instead we got the nair, gets the wrong side for the uppercut, so he's not going to hit the burst. And now he's on his soul point, is going to have to play really safe. Oh,
one more hit can take it, and the multi-hit, hard to cover, hard to dodge, just can't go high enough, and Leescano getting the clip on the soul percent, 2-1 in the lead.
That is so unfortunate for Eriodi. It really seemed like we were getting sparks of brilliance there, but just wasn't able to clutch it out in the end. Leescano going to win game 3, which is going to give him that all-important counter pick in game 5 if we make it there. Eriodi now another chance to pick the stage.
Eriodi must be biting himself after so many dropped conversions. Gets the side B, got the forward tilt, but just couldn't make it count. And those two drops just sealing his fate. And now, as you said, the double counter pick back to back.
Yeah, this one's going to be hard for Eriodi. At the very least, he can shake it off, know that he's coming in on a comfortable stage. He did do an excellent job. Probably the most dominant game that we've seen was game 2. Was able to take it with a pretty fresh stock. So if he can do it once again, he sets himself up to come in with momentum at the very least to that 4th one. We're going to be going to Sovereign Peak, take out all the platforms entirely. I guess that's going to get a little bit more usage out of Teardrop. Nowhere to go except up.
I believe this just makes it more simple to fight in general, just removing the platforms as a variable, as well as easier follow-ups to your bread and butter combos, just the flowchart, you know the grab, you got the percentage, and if everything is working as intended, there's nothing to stop you to connect it here. But as well as the totems, you have so much control with the totems, and here the bounces on the stage, I believe personally it's really difficult to deal with, but there's no preference for either side here.
I'd say also the fact that
Oh no, we just had some Oh no, we got some technical difficulties. I think we had someone just crash.
So slight interlude as we get ready for that. But it gives us a little bit more time to break down the Sovereign matchup. I think the totem is the fact that we did see Leescano get a couple of totems on like a platform, which got to have him cover high angles a lot. By taking out the platforms entirely, it does mean that if he does get caught by any totem setup, it's going to be starting from lower down, so we don't have to worry about dying necessarily off the top. I think I've just been straight up kicked from the lobby.
Oh, that's what happened. I feel like the lobby might just have crashed. So recently there have been some major updates for like all the netcode as well. So this is still in early alpha. Stuff like this can happen, as well as it's good that it happened before the set was ongoing, or the match itself was ongoing, so we should be fine. As well as they're trying to better the netcode. It is rollback, as all of you guys know, and it will be even better than it was before. So right now, experiments have to happen, and technical difficulties might also happen.
Yeah, what's also most impressive is it's not just GGPO. Like GGPO, obviously that free netcode, rollback netcode that the Cannons developed, put out there for everyone to use. This is actually, to my understanding, it's like a custom, like from the ground up built netcode. So everything here is like bespoke for Rush Rev. They put in massive amounts of effort to make this game function in the online world that we're all in. Obviously, we are starting to see a couple of like offline appearances. RushCon gonna be happening. Is it this year or is it next year?
It's gonna be this year, as far as I know.
Okay, yeah. So RushCon gonna be a massive like offline event, but the online experience though, I was so happy to back this game. Just like playing it with it, just like a little bit of time, seeing how polished the netcode was. It made it hard to go back to other platform fighters. It's really just like ahead of the pack when it comes to netcode for sure.
Alright, we're having a new lobby because apparently... Alright, everybody's back in it, so excuse me. So we're back to game number 4. 2-1 in the lead for Leescano. The underdog to taking this set right now, but it seems like ever since the fun event on Thursday, Eriodi is seemingly a bit shaky, and the last performance, as I mentioned earlier, Leescano has been popping off lately. He lost once to Tudo, but on the LCQ brought it all the way back and didn't mean anything. Just looked like the menace. Tudo not having a single chance. But Tudo's also here. Regardless, Leescano almost beating Piker and now up to 1 over Eriodi. So let's see if he can beat or get the upset and beating the higher seed.
Yeah, it is. I'd say winners round 1 is probably where we're going to see the most fluctuation from our seeds, because consistency obviously is key throughout the bracket. But when you're first coming in, the nerves are there. You haven't got that first set win under your belt. Sometimes see a couple of things. Like obviously we saw Eriodi unable to clutch in both of the games he lost, but he brought it very, very close. Hopefully, even if he does drop into that lower bracket, he is going to be able to clean up a couple of those mistakes. Now that first game's out of the way, off stream, a little bit less pressure. Just going to be focusing on going through the bracket. But let's first see if he's even going to be escorted there. This is his counter pick, and we have had a little bit, I guess, of reprieve, get those nerves back under control. Leescano, though, showing that it's worked out for him as well. He is going to be the first one to knock his opponent into green of the 4 bands.
He be seeing the special, just Leescano's style of comboing with the totem, but now the totem as well got lost and dropped in the combo. Just a tiny conversion here. Still a lot of percent, a lot of mileage. For the people that don't know, there is a passive for Afi and Galu. If one totem hits, the other one gets bonus damage on the next hit. So those ping pong combos with the swaps, you incentivize to doing so, it does a lot of damage. As we see already, Eriodi on 4 HP and now soul percent.
It doesn't even feel like he's been hit that many times. It was just like, even the jab, you have that like steam buff, is really, really big. And I think it's just been catching Eriodi here. Hasn't quite been able to adapt to it.
Look
and
at
throw
that
combo.
damage! It was a matter of like 3 seconds and 90 damage in. But now dropped it in a bad situation. They're forced to swap, and Eriodi is trying to punish the totem. Somehow, Leescano keeping both the totems alive, recovering both of them, and not getting punished. I can't believe that Eriodi let that happen, but it's so tough to not just risk your own stock going down there.
It is criminal that he was able to make it back, and he's still comfy on his first stock. Still has the burst in tow. Going to see a little bit of a taunt there from Eriodi, maybe psych himself up a little bit, waiting for a switch that isn't going to come. Nice forward tilt is going to connect, but it's not going to get the kill. Going to be forced to go for one more interaction. Oh. That's a huge call out.
The conditioning, I thought he was waiting for the totem swap with the side B, but no, even mixed up me, the down B EX to call out the jump from ledge there.
That's my goat right there. Eriodi back against the wall, but still putting on a show. Going to be down a stock though.
Full stock, a clean stock, looking very strong now for Leescano after all that happened with the call out, but 27% a fully charged totem forward tilt. Oh, both sides at once. How do you block those? How do you escape those?
He's going to focus on the totem there. Manages to get the shield round in time. Completely walls out. And he's going to get a little bit of stage control here. But immediately, once again, the grab conversion into the steam pillar off stage is going to keep his resources. Going to try and turn it around.
No, Eriodi tries to dive deep to actually get the reverse and make it count, but only 2 hits in and already now getting just clipped out of it once again and might lose the stock without making a lot of mileage happening. Forced to burst as well. So percent. This might be a 3-stock lead.
So unfortunate.
No, the opening for Eriodi. He needs to make this count to not be out of the winner side. This is his winner side stock right now.
And at the very least gets thrown off stage this time, but no, still going to get caught by that steam punish. Really, we've been seeing so much work from Galu. This might be it.
What a master of Afi and Galu. Utilizing all the techniques that are able to... Oh my god, the jab was actually godly. But yeah, once again, just keeps it safe. So many utilities with this totem setup to keep the disengage safe, as well as have the pressure from both sides being almost unshieldable, unavoidable. But right now, as it stands, we still have 3 stocks to 1. Speaking of which, Commentator's Curse, 2 stocks to 1, but 2 clean stocks versus Justin Orange. Eriodi on his last potential opening.
I'm going to see the jab, go for the grab this time, keeping it nice and simple. Isn't going to go for anything too crazy, tries to go for the uppercut, and we've been seeing Leescano fall out of those. He has been DIing those down, just trying to avoid them, going for the drop to cover. Alright, Eriodi looking with gas now.
What an EX uppy there, and another one catch, the trade saving his life for sure. And Leescano, the classic, always goes down to save the totem. That is one thing that Leescano does over every other Afi and Galdo. Never wants to let the totem go. Oh, what a mix-up!
Alright, have to play it perfect.
Oh,
but he's gonna get the turnaround fair.
And 2-stock, 3-1 takes it over Eriodi. A tiny upset here, it looks like. Leescano is very strong and has something to say. Leescano is here to